Okay guys, so today we're going to be reviewing the Jetboil Stash. I'm going to be covering the specs, features, and testing out the Jetboil Stash so you guys would know if you guys would want this product or not. Now, this Jetboil system was taken to another level not only by its weight but also its versatility. This Jetboil system is ultra lightweight, fuel efficient, and you can even cook more than dehydrated meals on this. The Stash is the lightest and most compact Jetboil system that Jetboil has ever released. So let's get into the features and everything that comes with the Jetboil Stash. It comes with a standalone stove with a titanium burner, the fuel stabilizer which keeps everything stable and steady. Everything is made out of titanium other than the 3 stabilizers for the cookpot, and the stabilizers even fold to make up less room. A 0.8 liter flux ring cookpot. It has a cookpot with a lid and has an attached handle for easy handling, and it's 40% lighter than the Jetboil Zip. It weighs 143 grams without the fuel, but with a 100 gram canister it weighs a total of 343 grams. Now the power output may only be half of the Jetboil Flash, but it also has a controlled simmer. So if you're looking to do more than just boil water with the 4,500 BTUs, you can achieve a 2.5 minute boil time using minimal fuel. And I've personally made pancakes, bacon, eggs, pasta, fish, and dehydrated meals with the supplied burner and an additional Jetboil pan when needed. The burner does not have a regulator, nor does it have an igniter, just to keep it much more lightweight. Additionally, the burner has grooves to hold the supplied cookpot in place, and it boils 12 liters per 100 grams with Jetboil canisters. Do note that Jetboil classifies this as a fast boil system, but with the simmer option, you can cook food without scorching it. It has a nesting storage compartment built into the lid that can hold a lighter and a 100 gram canister. The lid also has a spout that you can directly drink out of without burning your lip, with the plastic tab extending slightly beneath the rim, which is a plus. The lid also has a hole in the top, so that way you could add an attachment for a coffee press. But do remember, this Jetboil is a lot wider than the others, so it does not take the generic one. They also replaced the Cozy with a fold-out handle that locks in place and is very sturdy. The handle has a silicone coating so you don't burn your hands when you pick it up, of course. This Jetboil also has the flux ring, which utilizes a greater surface area so you guys could get much better fuel efficiency and to reduce the boil times. So let's talk about what accessories are compatible with the Jetboil Stash. Compatible accessories include the Grande press, the Jetboil hanging kit, and the Jetboil utensils, of course. I personally use the Jetboil's pan, which is, I believe, the Sea to Summit one. So now I'm going to be testing out how much fuel we consume and how long it takes to make soup, tea, oatmeal, fish, and pasta. First, let's weigh out the canister so we know the base weight. In our case, it's 180 grams. Next, we're going to assemble the cookpot. First, I'm going to be boiling 2 cups of water for tea and oatmeal, and there will be a timer set in frame so you can see it in real time. In this test, it boiled in 3 minutes and 24 seconds, consuming a total of 3 grams of fuel. The next meal I'm going to be making is pasta, which calls for 2 cups of water, and after 11 minutes and 34 seconds, it was fully cooked and ready to eat. Be sure to keep the burner on a low simmer and stir the pasta often so that way you don't cake anything on the inside of the pot, as titanium is relatively difficult to remove burnt on food. There was 17 grams of fuel consumed during the pasta test. Next up is some fish. This test will determine if you can cook raw meat in the pan with the supplied burner for a multifunctional system. And then I'll be making some cream of mushroom soup. So yeah, because there is only 3 supports along the bottom of the stove for your burner, yeah, it isn't too stable. So you guys got to be definitely careful whenever you're cooking anything on it. Even with the pot, you know, you got to make sure it's definitely a level. I mean, you always want a level place to cook, but if you guys want a nice pan to cook on, cook some fish, maybe some hash browns, stuff like that, this is definitely really good. Awesome for rice, everything. So we got some nice fish. So for that, we used a total of 9 grams of fuel. And that was 151. Now let's get into the cons of this product. Me personally, I've found that the Jetboil lid comes off quite easy, and it is actually very difficult to get a good seal on the lid. That's definitely going to be a problem when you're pouring water into your cup or anything, just in case, because you don't want to burn yourself, or just pour your water all over the ground. I find even packing this thing is difficult. Although there are instructions on the pouch, I still find it quite difficult to pack. Now another con to this is on the burner, it does not have a regulator. Now if you guys don't know what a regulator is or why you would want one, a regulator keeps a constant flow of gas to the burner in cold temperatures or anything that would fluctuate the pressure on the inside. So say if I had tipped this over in the woods or something, I would have probably caused some sort of fire, or I would have burnt all my gear. Where a regulator really comes into play is in cold temperatures. When I'm in the wintertime and I want to use a system that does not have a regulator, and you got to put it inside of your jacket to warm it up, or else it's not going to produce a constant flow of pressure to the burner. What that's going to do is drastically reduce your boil times and fuel efficiency. For example, last winter I was out hiking with my buddy. We were using the Jetboil Stash, and it took 15 minutes to boil 2 cups of water. So if there was a regulator, then that would have only taken like 5 minutes total, because it was quite cold out. But with a regulator, we wouldn't have those issues. So who is this product for? I would say this product is for the ultra lightweight packer that cuts their toothbrush in half, cuts their straps off their bag, just to save a couple of grams. But also wants the most functional system that can do it all, like cooking real meals and getting fast boil times. So my personal opinion on the Jetboil Stash, I would say it is my favorite system there is. My first one was the Jetboil Flash. I bought this one because I wanted, you know, the fast boil times, all that. I didn't think you could actually cook on them, but with the Jetboil Stash, I'm able to make pasta, pancakes, bacon, eggs, anything I want, and I can also boil on it. So that's a plus. This, you cannot cook on it. So if you guys want the system that's ultra lightweight and can do it all, I would definitely recommend the Jetboil Stash. When I had first seen the system, I didn't want to purchase it because the Jetboil Flash is about $70 cheaper. This is $180, but for what you're getting, I would definitely recommend it over the Jetboil Flash.